Hello everyone, my name is Gurbinder Kaur and here I'm going to discuss another topic of 10th grade maths, that is polynomials. And in this we are going to discuss relationship between zeros and the coefficients. For this, let us consider a standard form of quadratic equation, that is ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a, b, c are constants and x is our variable. For this, we'll define the relationship as sum of zeros, where zeros are the solutions of this equation. So sum of zeros is equal to negative of coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square. And here you can see coefficient of x is equal to b. So it will be negative of b divided by x square. Coefficient of x square was a. So it will be sum of zeros is equal to negative of b upon a. Now another one is product of zeros, where again zeros are the solutions of this equation, will be equal to constant term divide by, here I'll write constant term divide by coefficient of x square. And here you can see constant term was c divided by coefficient of x square was again a. So product of zeros is equal to c upon a. So this is the relationship between sum of zeros and product of zeros with coefficients. Now we are going to discuss it with a given example. So if we have given equation, let it be 6x square minus 7x minus 3 is equal to 0. So firstly, we need to find the zeros of this equation. We can find the zeros by any method. Here I'm using factorization method. So for factorization method, I'll factorize this equation. So it will be like 6x squared. Now how we can separate this 7x, how we can split this 7x, so the product should become negative of 18. Why negative of 18? Because you can see 6 and 3 should be multiplied, coefficient of x squared, and constant should multiply, that will be negative of 18. So how should I write it so that the addition or subtraction should become negative of 7? So I can write this negative of 18 in the form of negative of 7, negative of 9 multiplied with 2. So if I'm going to use these multiples, we will get the equation. So it will be like negative of 9x plus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. And here we'll make the pairs. So firstly 6x square minus 9x and 2x minus 3. We'll take out the common 3x from the first equation, from the first pair. So in bracket we'll left with 2x and minus 3. And in the second pair we do not have anything common, so we'll take out only 1, and 2x minus 3 will be as it is in the bracket. So again we can write 2x minus 3, and the another factor will be 3x plus 1. So these are the factors of this equation. Now we can find the values of the x. So it will be like 2x minus 3 is equal to 0, and another one is 3x plus 1 is equal to 0. From the first one we'll have the value of x to be positive 3 divided by 2, and another one is x is equal to negative 1 upon 3. So these are the two zeros of the given equation, that is x is equal to 3 upon 2 and x is equal to minus 1 upon 3. Now we are going to use these zeros to find the relationship between the zeros of coefficient, between the zeros and the coefficients. So let these zeros to be alpha and beta. Let alpha is equal to 3 upon 2 and beta is equal to negative of 1 upon 3. Now we can verify using this using the relations. So the relationship was sum of zeros was equal to negative of b upon a, and the another relation was that product of zeros was equal to c upon a. And here we know that sum of zeros was, firstly our zeros was what? Our zeros was alpha is equal to minus 1 upon 3, and another was beta is equal to 3 upon 2. And we can put the values, firstly sum of zeros, And here it will be sum of zeros means alpha plus beta, it should be minus of b upon a. And for this we need to find the value of b upon b, a and c also. And we also know that equation was 6x square minus 7x minus 3 is equal to 0, where our values of a was 6, b was minus 7 and c was minus 3. We can put the values here and verify the equation. So alpha plus beta will be, firstly alpha is minus 1 upon 3 and beta is plus 3 upon 2. It should equal to negative of b upon a, where b is minus of 7. Here I'll write two negatives because one of b and one of that 7. And divide by a, where a is equal to 6. So when I'll verify, so firstly solving the first, it will be like after solving the LCM, it will be 6 here and negative of 2 plus 9, and this should equal to, here negative negative will be cancelled out, it should be 7 upon 6 only. And when solving it, it will be 9 minus 2, again 7 upon 6 is equal to 7 upon 6. So we can see that a relation is verified here. Now we are going to find the another relation, that was of the product of the zeros, that is equal to c upon a. Product means we have to multiply alpha with beta and it should equal to c upon a. So alpha was again negative of 1 upon 3 and beta was 3 upon 2, and c is equal to negative of 3 divided by a is equal to 6. So when I am going to multiply this, it will be minus 3 divided by 3 times 2, that is 6, and it is equal to minus 3 upon 6. So we can again say like this relation is again verified. So this is our relation, that is sum of zeros is equal to b upon a, negative of b upon a, and product of zeros is equal to c upon a. Now another kind of question, it will be like if there are given sum of zeros and product of zeros. So let me have another question. If sum of zeros is given to be 1 upon 4 and product of zeros is given to be negative 1. So in this kind, we are going to find the equation with this sum of zeros and product of zeros. And we already know that sum of zeros, so let it be alpha plus beta, where these are our zeros, is equal to minus b upon a, and product of zeros was alpha upon alpha multiplied with beta is equal to c upon a. Now we are going to put the values and in the equation, so we'll get, so from here we'll see like minus b upon a, it should equal to 1 upon 4 because it is given the sum of zeros is equal to 1 upon 4, and product of zeros is again given to be negative 1, so c upon a should equal to negative of 1. From here we can find the values of a, b and c. From the first one we can see like a is equal to 4, a can be equal to 4, but in the second one we cannot say that a is equal to 4. So for this we cannot take our a's value to be 4, so let us assume that a's value is 1, and for this case we'll have to take that b's value is to be negative of 1 upon 4, because minus b is equal to 1 upon 4, so that means b is equal to negative of 1 upon 4, and c is equal to negative of 1 from the second equation. And now we are going to put these values in standard form of quadratic equation, that was ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, and the value of a is 1 x square, b was minus 1 upon 4 x, plus c was equal to minus 1, so it will be minus 1 is equal to 0. So after solving this in the standard equation, we'll get 4x square minus x minus 4 is equal to 0. So this will be our equation when we are going to find using the given sum of zeros and product of zeros. So hope you all understand. Thank you.